like that track. John, we weren't burned out. Now? Yeah, let's do it.
Hey Mick, how do you feel like playing drums?
Let's do that.
Okay. Just come in.
I still wouldn't mind trying that square one that Stevie uses on stage.
Alright.
Too. What, this one you want?
Yep.
Alright. What I'm doing in the studio takes up so much of my energy, really. You know, more so that's probably the main thing that I contribute to the band, is not as a guitar player or even necessarily as a writer, but as someone who can take X amount of energy, you know, and flowing through different people and sort of somehow formulate to some degree how things should sound in the studio. Don't know why I have to go. Don't know why I can't stay. Guess I need to be alone, and I guess I need to be amazed. Save me a place. As far as the experience of the studio goes, it's very subjective. It's different for everyone. John, you know, he does his bass parts and spends a lot of time waiting. That's not a lot of fun because I've done that, and that's not fun. Turn me off, turn me out. John is really very creative and very sensitive to the nuances of the songs when it comes time for him to work on them. And the time that we do spend working together is really very enjoyable for me.
For me and for John, we're a couple of old gigsters, really. I'm really happy being on the road. That is the final thing.
This is exciting, I know. Well, they send me out to do these these jobs because I'm the one that convinced them to get a bun coffee machine. Here we are. Coffee's made.
You gotta see, we lose track of time in here. I mean,
They can probably understand.
I just called my mother last night for the first time since Christmas. And,
You thought it'd been a
I
month.
thought it'd been about a month, right? I mean, not literally a month. Yeah.
You do lose complete track of time because your days and your nights aren't set up right.
Yeah.
Sometimes the most beautiful thing, the most innocent thing, and many of those dreams pass us by, keep passing me by. To write a rock and roll song, and so it started out being much sillier than it came out. It didn't end up being silly at all. It ended up being very serious, actually. But when I started it, I thought this is good for me, since I write so many like intense, serious, dark songs, that I wanted to write something that was up. And it starts out that way, and it is up, but there's a definite eeriness that goes through that song too that I didn't even realize was there until just the other night when you were filming that. Catch me, yeah.
Stevie, that's great. I told you to take one.
On the You Feel Good, what I was doing was realizing that Lindsey would be singing a perfect two-part harmony. I did not branch out at all. And on the So I Close My Eyes, and on the I was Till I Become That, I couldn't do any of that. Till I become that part of the wind that we all long for sometime.
Sing the melody for a second, because I just want to see if it sounds any good at all to,
Okay.
If we left your melody on there and I just sang like the lower part or something.
Okay.
I don't think it will.
You feel good. Then it's funny that you under.
No, you're going to. It's funny
that you understood.
That's the way we just did.
It's funny that you understood. I knew you would when you were Angel is the song that I love doing on stage because it makes me feel like an old-time dance hall girl. I love it. I love it. I have to do something else besides just rock and roll. Rock and roll is wonderful, and I love it, but it's not everything, and it's important for me to do other things. It always has been, though. I can't live on just one. I'm a Gemini. Ballet is so physically difficult that it takes, if you have any problems or if you're worried about anything, and you come down and do this for 15, 20 minutes even, you know, if you don't even get to class, you can't think about anything else but this.
See, I went to art college when I was 16, you know. I met a bunch of guys and we formed a band, and for some obscure reason I was playing bass. We used to just play one night a week at some youth club or other, and we used to pick up £3 each, which sort of saw us through our beer money, you know, during the week. And when I left college, I ended up being a window dresser in a very high-class store, of course. I had a phone call from these guys that I'd met at college. They said that they were looking for a keyboard player. Anyway, I ended up joining a band called Chicken Shack, and we used to sort of bop up and down the freeways in England, and you know, I paid my dues. Oi, oi.
Willie! It's out of sight.
Look at that sound. It's the most peaceful thing you could possibly imagine. The structure of the band is 5 people, 5 very independent, quite strong-minded, quite stubborn individuals, actually, you know, and somehow it seems to gel, and we can always seem to arrive at a basic musical agreement, you know. I just respect all the musicians in the band. I mean, if something that they want, if Lindsey decides he doesn't want to do something a certain way, and it's on one of my songs, for example, then I'll respect his opinion, even if he's wrong. My best songs I write in half an hour. Like, You Never Make Me Cry. I wrote that in half an hour. The ones that I labour over, I tend to kind of just give up, you know, forget about for a few weeks and go back to, and if it works out instantly, then it's a viable product.
Go and do what you want. I know that you have me. you know that I'll wait as long as it takes. You'll never make me, you'll never make me, you'll never make me cry. Now it may not mean everything, but I'm happy to have your love. And don't worry, baby, I'll be alright. And I'll never make you, I'll never make you, I'll never make you right.
You never know when you tour, when you do a big tour to promote an album. There's no way that you can ever really know whether or not that will be the last tour or not. So you have to always gather this special tour, which will be these new songs, these 18 new songs from everyone. You have to gather this very closely now, because it might not ever happen again. And if it doesn't, then this must be the best that we can make it.